the most disturbing videos on the internet today. Let's dive in.
2021 was the Virgo 3201 and a carload of Balloon Drive in Nashville. And I saw it.
That was way too much under the hood for him.
Let me tell you that Temu is the biggest group of opportunists to ever live. And wait till you see what their new building tops can keep you safe from. You saw UV, right? That's kind of weird. Intense sunshine. But it gets so much crazier. So much crazier. Fire? Wow. Tell me that's not the craziest thing you've ever seen. And completely irrelevant, the new fire in Los Angeles has spread to 10,000 acres. And they're actually using inmates, prisoners, to help them put out these fires. I do wonder where all these fires are coming from. And slightly off topic, China's new artificial sun is stronger than the original sun. Why would they need this? Oh, by the way, this new roofing is only $100 a bundle. And this is not a sponsored advertisement. I genuinely don't know them at all. I just came across this.
Wow, people are going to be painting their homes blue next.
You want to protect your house from all these unwanted frequencies, you could put copper in the walls, you could use copper piping, and then we've talked about smart meters before. You can put copper over that so that it's not pinging. Or you can call up the company and ask for an analog meter and get rid of that as well too. All of this wireless technology is messing with the heart and messing with the brain. And this is why people can't remember anything, because the frontal cortex is just getting cooked by these frequencies. And then they move into the side cortex, which is pure emotion. And then they can't think straight because they can't use logic. So all of these frequencies and everything that they're trying to sell to people are actually making them not be able to remember anything. And once you remove all the wireless nonsense and the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth and the AirPods and all these things, you start remembering. Then you can feed the brain. You can do things like Shilajit. You can do things like lion's mane. You can even do a little bit of pearl powder to help feed the brain and nourish the brain so that the brain can work again. When the brain doesn't have nutrients, it can't function. When you want to protect your house from all these unwanted frequencies, you can put copper in the walls.
How cool is that? You can call them up and ask for an analog meter. I might have had to take a point that day. What's up with these moose? That moose literally sped up. It's over for Bucko. It says how fast I drive home after my shift. I wonder what's on his mind. Where does he have to go to make him do this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Oh no. Oh, yes.
Oh!
In his defense, that landscaping had a huge divot, making it unsafe. If you're enjoying this video, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button because we do these videos every single day, and I'd love to see you tomorrow.
Ain't that a man? That's the devil right there. Oh, no. Girl. Give me up.
The plates then went in the opposite direction. Oh no.
This video is crazy and miraculous, but they missed the biggest part of all of it, and I'll tell you what it is in 1 second. So I believe this was the LA fires. It burned up everything. This lady had to leave without her sheep. And then she comes back to find everything gone, but somehow every single one of her sheep are still alive.
Everything is gone. My sheep are alive. Hi, baby. I can't believe you survived. Thank you, God. Hi, babies. I'm sorry I couldn't get you out. I'm so sorry, but you made it. The firemen have been feeding you.
I wonder what in the world would inspire the firemen when all this is going on to continue feeding the sheep.
How did you guys survive?
Jesus isn't just the Lamb of God. In John 10 verse 11, Jesus says, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd, and the good shepherd will lay down his life for the sheep.
It's like the sheep were looking at her and understood every single word she was saying.
This is the grave marker of 9-year-old Joseph Josie Lyon at the Calvary Catholic Cemetery in Evanston, Illinois. Joseph passed away from diphtheria on December 4th, 1891. After his passing, Joseph's parents, George and Catherine, commissioned this full-size, lifelike sculpture of their beloved son. Resting alongside Joseph are his parents and his older brother George.
What a beautiful statue. They loved that boy dearly.
My God.
Feel like that cat was either hungry or sick for it to be out in the open like that and needed help.
Guys, take a look at this video. Look how the hieroglyphics react differently under the flashlight compared to the other hieroglyphics. Take a look. Okay. Now, is there an unknown reason why these hieroglyphics are shown up differently under the flashlight compared to the other ones? Anybody got an explanation about this? Share me in the comments. Peace.
Don't know what's going on, but some people theorize that it's quart crystal walls, and the light almost looked like it was being absorbed by the walls, almost as if it was conducting. Guys, this is devastating. I believe it was the flip-flops and this protruding crack were the contributing factors to this disturbing event. Those flip-flops aren't the best. Guys, you gotta put on tennis shoes and buckle them up. Stop rushing.
You ready? I'm not going in there, man. Stop being so scary. All our stuff might be in there. I'm not. Why you always got to be a hero, man? Take your go over there. I bet something bites you in the ass over there. I'm not going. No, I don't want to get bit in the ass. You ready?
About actually putting yourself in a zombie apocalypse situation. Would you be ready?
Let's go down the well. I've got a question for you all. A lot of people love this project. A lot of people seem to hate this project. So, what do you all think? If I put a poll on here, can you please vote? Tell me what you think, so we can actually see what the split of this project is. Obviously, this is my bunker. That was my World War II well, and here is my great escape tunnel I've dug all year. This is 35 foot long, a 10% replica of the original Great Escape Tunnel. And this is my new underground room that I've made at the far end. And I'm just about to make a new high-speed tunnel car using those two segways. But here's my room, look. So, what do you think? Is this crazy, cool, or what? And it comes out here, look, up these steps out here. And this gets you back, eventually, into my house. I'm just going to finish this last bit. Let's go down my well.
I thought it was amazing. It gave me law-abiding citizen vibes.
We got a broom out here too. Yeah. You okay? You might still have to do it. We got a broom out here too. Yeah.
Yeah, there's laughing emojis, but I know he's feeling that. Oh my goodness, to walk it off like nothing happened, you need to watch out for him. That's what happens when you buy a motorcycle that isn't tamed. The rule is, if you can't start it, you can't ride it.
Seriously? Please don't upload that. You're gonna upload that, aren't you? Yes. You know damn well you're
Leave him alone, man. He's just trying to do his job.
When you freeze water, did you ever notice the crystals in it? Well, the crystals are telling you something. Now, if you've got dirty water, and you've a man by the name of Pfeiffer, P-R-I-F-E-R, in Germany, that used to go to the meat market, and he would study in the cold of the winter the crystals on the windows. And he noticed when they had diseased beef, the crystals were irregular that formed on the windows. So he did a lot of experiment, and he tried it at his home, and they would always break up. So he drilled a hole through his floor and put a rod down in concrete, held it up off the deal so there was no vibration to it, and he grew these crystals in his room. And he wrote about these crystals, and he could find diseases, take a drop of blood and find various diseases in the body. Nobody paid any attention to what he was doing. And he came to this country, and nobody bought his crystal stuff, but he built 2 farms that were the best farms in the United States. And he became very rich. That's Arrowhead Farms and Death Dish Farm were his. Prepper.
Yes, Joe. Once again, how much iron oxide crystals, how much water, what do we do with the 2 of them, and how do we create? I want to make 50 gallons of good water. What do I do?
Oh, I'd have 100 pounds of iron oxide crystals, and I'd play with it, and I'd let it go through the crystal. Then you can drop a handful of the crystals of the iron oxide on the pipe that has got a big, strong magnet on the pipe. That will pull the crystals up against the side and hold it there, and the water that flows by it will structure.
Okay, thank you. If we just pour water through 100 pounds of iron oxide crystals, is that it?
That'll do it. That'll do it away. But you don't have to have that much. You know the difference between sun tea and boiled tea. That's structured water. You can take a tea bag of the crystals, and if you do that, put a quartz crystal, an SiO2 quartz, because that's the lower end, and the magnetite's the upper end. Now you've got 2 energies working in a tea bag. Let the sun on it. When you do that, always crack the top of the lid and put a little piece of cheesecloth or something and let it vent. Let them float out. And then you don't have the chlorine, or these electrified hydrocarbons, pesticides, insecticides, or that stuff in your damn tea. But the sun structures sun tea. It tastes better. It tastes better. You want to know something? You can take one of the purple plates and put the water on the plate, and it'll structure. It'll turn it to the left.
The Austrian forester with his structured water.
That's a good question. Victor Schumberger, I met him, and there's one of the highlights of my whole life. I spent a few hours with, well, quite a few hours for 3 days. Anyway, Victor Schumberger was one of the smartest men I've ever run into, and he did it by observation. He put every hydrologist in the world to shame. He also did this at a certain phase of the moon. He wanted the moon pulling on the logs, and he floated them out. So he did this other thing. Schumberger said, when you run water through a vehicle shaped like a heart, a human heart, or even a half heart, you will make water living water.
What's the best material to make that heart-shaped thing out of?
I've done it with concrete and iron oxides. I just mixed it right into concrete, and it works. It works. Well, I'm sure there is, but I haven't found it all yet. I'm still working on it. Give me a little time. You know, if these heavy metals have the proper polarity, the body will reject them, like two magnets that make run. If the germ does not have the proper spin on it, or if the metal doesn't have the proper spin, it ain't going to stay with you. When you freeze water...
There's a lot of gems in that video. I wonder what his name is. After he got done answering a question and turned his back and started walking off, I knew he was telling the truth then.
Hey! Hey! Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Oh, God! Shit! Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Get! Ah! Ah! Get! Ah! Get out of here! Get out of here! Get!
I mean, the turkey was just minding his business, to be honest.
Until you peek in there and see that. How in the world is that abandoned? You barely even notice it. It's a big old house. Check this.
This is something that in the good old days, this was worth about $175,000 when silver was at its height. This is a Rococo basket from the 1748. What is Rococo? Before Rococo was Baroque, Rococo is a bastardization of the French term of a seashell. And a seashell has no straight lines to it. And so it's completely asymmetrical. And this style became popular about 1745. And it was only made for about 10 years. Rococo silver was very expensive to make. It was, because it had to be hand done and from start to finish. We bought this exceptionally right. It's extremely heavy for an 18th century piece.
I'm trying to think of a use for it, but the only thing I can think of is putting fruit in it.
Huge shout out to the Frequency Detective on TikTok for making this discovery with the dodecagram coil.
So what in the world is going on here? I've got my Starship Vortex hooked up to 1,000 watts, connected to an amp, connected to a AO scan frequency playlist. Look how much more play I get whenever I've got two magnets lined up. Now, it's so much difference that I cannot keep this magnet inside. You can see it throws it out again and again and again, which is pretty cool. And so it made me think, like, I wonder if I change the configuration of the magnets, if it would actually make any difference. Throwed it out again. I mean, like, honestly, it was almost frustrating at this point. So I added 3 to see if that would change. And I put them into, like, a triangle pattern. Look at how this is so much different. It's so much less chaotic. Now, I don't know if there's some sort of, like, magnetic field canceling out another magnetic field here, and the configuration matters. But if I want it to fly, it seems like the magnets need to be all in a row. See, like, no movement at all. Okay, see, I added a 4th one to see if that'd make any difference. And to me, it's almost less movement. So it really doesn't make sense with what we're doing. So let's try this experiment again. Here's one. All right, we're going to add the second one. It loses its mind. It's going to try to fly out. We're definitely getting the most resonance from this Okay, 3 of them are together. As long as they're in a row, they're great and they're still chaotic. Now add this 4th one. Do you see the configuration all in a row? Like, it is really chaotic. I suspect that this would fly out if it like had the clearance to. I think it's the length is almost keeping it in there. Anyway, tell me what you think. What's with magnetic?
It is very interesting. It kind of reminds me of a dream catcher.
Boy, this is what I mean when I say I don't know how we gonna get there, but we gonna get there. Hey, yo. Watch how bro bust this left, though. Hey, shout out to the driver. He making it happen, though. That man on that bike like, boy, what's going on? Let me get out of the way. Man. Boy, this is what I mean.
Probably made a lot of people mad by coming at him sideways. If you made it this far, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button because we do these videos every single day, and I'd love to see you tomorrow. This was the most disturbing videos on the internet today.